Hey guys, it's Meenu's birthday today. So her mother is waking her up, as we can see. And when she got up, she had just forgotten that it was her birthday. So the mother reminded her that it was her birthday, and even Chinu got up and wished his sister a very happy birthday. So this time mother had asked that Meenu can call all her friends also to the home, because she is going to cook very delicious dishes for her, and all of them are going to be Meenu's favorite dishes, right? So all her friends came home and the food was smelling so good to them that it was very mouth watering. So actually Shama was behaving like Raja when Raja sees a bone. That was too funny, but it's fine because that happens with all of us. So now, rather than teasing her, we should all start eating. Now she asked that all the children should eat whatever they like, but they all should eat everything. But how and why? This is because you can see that Chinu had just talked about the bitter gourd. He hates bitter gourd and he cannot eat it. And even Buzz talks about that how can we know we like which food is going to taste which way. How do we come to know about it? That is because our tongue helps us to decide the taste, or helps us to determine the taste of the food that we eat. On the tongue we have different parts to detect the taste. And how is that possible? We shall see now. Here on the tongue, at the front part, we use this front part to identify the sweet and salty. At the back of the tongue we use this part to identify the bitter, and on the sides of the tongue we have the identification for the sour foods. So we know that whatever food we eat, we can identify it. But we should not hurry in eating up the food and swallowing it directly. We should chew it properly, because chewing helps in digestion of the food properly. We all have saliva in the mouth also, that also helps in the digestion of the food. The food then goes into the stomach through the esophagus, and here it gets broken down into smaller pieces. Whatever is needed for the growth and survival of the body, that is absorbed, and rest of the waste material is passed out of the body. So how do we come to know that we have chewed the food properly or not? For that we can check when that the saliva gets mixed with the food, it becomes softer, and the saliva is actually making and functioning so that the food becomes softer and easy for us to digest and easy for us to swallow also, right? Now this girl is asking about how do we come to know about the taste of the food that we have not tasted yet, and we even come to know whether the food is good or spoiled even before tasting it. How is that possible? That is because of our nose. Our nose helps us in identifying these things. Now you can see that Chinu just rushed for drinking water. Maybe he was feeling thirsty. So how do we come to know that we are feeling thirsty? Because our body needs lots of water, and if we do not drink water, our throat feels thirsty, right? And it is very important for all of us to drink lots of water, because more than half of our body is made up of water. If we do not have enough water in our body, we can faint and fall sick, and we will not have energy to stand even. So even the sports teachers these days ask us to drink lots of water when we are sweating out and we are playing in the ground or somewhere, right? And they even ask us to drink glucose water. So why is this glucose water asked to be intaken? That is because glucose is tasting like sugar only, and it is very good because it provides us energy, right? So glucose water is good for us because it provides energy when we are sweating out loud and we are sweating a lot, you can say. What happens when we are supposed to have these glucose drips? That is because when a person has fallen too sick, the condition has got so worse that you cannot drink or intake the glucose water. That is the time the person is given these glucose drips, right? The glucose is inserted into the veins of the person. That will bring the effect very fast, right? Now if we do not have enough water in our body, we might fall sick, and that before doing that, I think it's better that we should drink lots of water. Now you can see that her sister was having bad stomach or upset stomach. She was suffering from loose motions and vomiting, and her father had rushed her to the hospital immediately. she had just fainted, so the doctor advised to give her glucose drips, right? So instead of just fainting and falling sick, we should drink lots of water and we should have proper balanced diet. Now what is a balanced diet? A balanced diet has all these contents, that is carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins and so on. So different food items have different types of nutrients. So we must eat all different types of foods so that we can have a balanced diet, right? If a person does not takes the balanced diet, he can suffer from malnutrition. What is malnutrition? It is the condition of a person when he is not getting sufficient amount of nutrients for the body. So we must always take the food in the balanced diet format, that is we should eat the different kinds of foods so that we can have different type of nutrients, and we should also drink lots and lots of water to have proper amount of energy in our body.